Today we are here for an eviction suit. You, Barron's Branch, stated in your sworn complaint that the defendant defaulted in the terms of your lease by other violations, and you indicated criminal conduct. This is what this case is about. This is not about non-payment of rent or utilities or late fees. This case is a complaint filed by you, Barron's Branch, indicating that the defendant violated terms of their lease by engaging in criminal conduct. That's why we're here today.
Yes.
So what's going to happen first? You, Miss Goggins, or your assistant. Let me get your assistant. Can I get your name out?
Yes, Shanice, Shanice Powell.
Okay, Miss Goggins, you and or your assistant will be able to speak first. It's going to be up to you to provide proof to me that the defendants, Ms. Tinsley and Mr. Lewis, violate the terms of the lease. As you stated in your petition, you did provide some supplemental documents to support your petition. However, it's still up to you to provide proof of your case.
Okay.
While you're speaking, the plaintiffs, Ms. Powell, Ms. Goggins.
His walker. His walker.
While you are speaking, the plaintiffs, I'm going to ask that you, the defendants, Ms. Tinsley and Mr. Lewis, refrain from interrupting them. I need to make sure I hear everything that they are saying against you, okay? This is to you, Miss Lewis, Miss Tinsley and Mr. Lewis. I need y'all to don't interrupt them, okay?
Yes, sir.
You got me? Okay. Now, once you all are through, the plaintiff presenting your case, I'll consider you to be at rest. And then you, the defendants, I will give you, Miss Tinsley and Mr. Lewis, the opportunity to defend yourselves. It's going to be up to you to provide proof to me that you did not violate the terms of the lease by engaging in criminal conduct. While you're speaking, I'm going to ask that you, Ms. Scoggins and Ms. Powell, refrain from interrupting them. I need to make sure I hear everything that they're saying as well. I did receive several documents from you, Ms. Tinsley, related to your defense. You're going to get the opportunity to enlighten me and tell me a little bit more about the documents that you filed. Again, these documents that you filed, they need to be linked to the complaint, which is the complaint that you violated the lease by engaging in criminal conduct. I saw that you submitted some emails and things like that that pertain to rent and late fees or even utilities. That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing to do. So I'm not going to really, I don't want to really hear anything about that. I want to hear facts or proof that you did not engage in criminal conduct. I did receive videos as well. And I'm not going to share those videos because we are live stream and the whole world sees what we have will be what's going on in these proceedings. So I am not going to allow those videos to be displayed within this hearing. However, you can provide me a little more information, Ms. Goggins.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay. Whatever you're doing needs to stop.
No, I'm trying to park. I was at the gas station, so I'm trying to park in a parking spot so people can get into the gas pump. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me know when you're going. We're going to take a 5-minute recess till you get situated because we're not going to have you driving.
No, I'm good. I'm in a parking spot now. We're good. I just had to get out of the gas pump. That's all.
As I stated just a second ago, videos will not be viewed during this hearing. I viewed them, both parties' videos. The only thing I need to know is whether or not someone did engage in criminal conduct, whether or not someone did not engage in criminal conduct. And
Yes, sir.
if all this applies to the lease, that's what I need to hear today. All right?
Okay.
Okay. That being said, Ms. Scoggins, you can proceed with the case against the defendant.
Yes, sir. So this case was brought to my attention by residents in the area There was a fight that happened on property with Miss Tinsley's daughter's friend and another resident and her daughter. During this fight, there was a situation. It was a mutual combat with the girls. However, during this altercation, one of Tinsley's older children slammed the young boy that was in that video to the ground. But also, then after that first altercation, it was several days of going back and forth with other residents in fear of their safety because guns were being talked about, guns were being thrown around. There was just so much criminal activity going on that all of their neighbors over there are scared for their children, for their homes, for their safety. And that's why we proceeded with this eviction.
Okay, so I want to make sure that the defendant's daughter's friend.
Yes. Yes, the defendant's daughter's friend. Her name was Sage. So the two girls in the video was Sage, and then the other party's daughter
What's
Okay,
Melody?
so Sage, which is the defendant's daughter's friend, and who his name was Sage, had got into a physical altercation with another tenant's daughter.
correct.
And you said afterwards the tenant's son
Correct.
actually was engaged in criminal conduct by slamming another young man. And that is that Mr. Lewis, the one you have here?
That I'm
No.
not sure. I don't
Okay.
remember which son was in the video because I don't know face to names. So
Okay.
all I was instructed by everyone that was out there of the terms of the event. So
Okay.
from my understanding, there was already a situation with the two girls. It was a sexual assault situation. The mom went up to Miss Tinsley and asked her to remove Sage from the property because her daughter just got out of a mental institution because of everything that had happened to her daughter. Tinsley got Sage off of property, and within 30 to 45 minutes, they had all came back, all had pretty much in the way that we look at it is they were ready to fight. Videos were already out. People were already there. Like there was more people there than what should have been there for just a teenager fight. Like it's one thing to have teenagers, fist fighting or something like that. That's their business. But at the same time, it's unacceptable.
You mentioned a portion of the lease that they violated. Could I get you to read that portion of the lease that they violated, section 11?
Just one second.
Oh, your assistant can do it. She's
Yeah,
here. She's at the
Shanice.
office.
Can you pull up her lease? It's section 11.1, and then that the crime-free addendum that was signed at move-in.
All right, section 11.1 prohibited conduct. You, your occupants, and your guests will not engage in certain prohibited conduct, including the following activities: criminal conduct, manufacturing, delivering, or possessing a controlled substance or drug, paraphernalia, engaging in or threatening violence, possessing a weapon prohibited by state law, discharging a firearm in the apartment community or except when allowed by law, displaying or possessing a gun, knife, or other weapon in the common area or in a way that may alarm others. B, behaving in a loud, obnoxious, or dangerous manner. C, disturbing or threatening the rights, comfort, health, safety, or convenience of others, including us, our agents, or our representative. D, disrupting our business operations. E, storing anything in closets containing water heaters or gas appliances. F, tampering with utilities or telecommunication equipment. You want me to read all of them?
Just whatever applies to this case.
Okay, so the only thing that applies is A, B, and that's all. And the section 11.1 is the first one's A and B. And then there's also a crime-free addendum that was signed. Let's see. Give me a second to pull that up.
Now, I don't have a copy of the addendum.
The crime-free addendum.
I don't have a copy of that.
Okay, I can get that over to you. It was in here earlier. So was it put
Your
back?
Honor. Your Honor,
Hold on, Miss Tinsley, I'll give you the opportunity to speak.
he's got to go, but he's not it was just that his name was on the paper.
That's fine because he's not even on the lease.
That's why I'm saying he's not.
So
So particularly,
he's gonna be removed. He's not even on the lease. So,
All right, man. Your Honor, you have a good day, man.
Same.
Thank you.
Okay, for the crime-free addendum, it states as part of the consideration for lease of the dwelling unit identified in the lease, resident agrees as follow. One, resident and resident occupants, whether on or off property, and residents occupant guests and invites are prohibited from engaging in any criminal activity, engaging drug-related criminal activity on or off the premises. Drug-related criminal activity shall mean the illegal manufacture, sale, distribution, use, possession, and possession with intent to manufacture, sell, distribute, or use of illegal or controlled substance. B, engaging in any act intended to facilitate criminal activity or permitting the dwelling unit to be used for criminal activity. C, engaging in the unlawful manufacture, selling, using, storing, keeping, or giving of an illegal or controlled substance. D, engaging in any illegal activity, including but not limited to prostitution as defined in Texas. Or let's see, number 2, violation of any above provisions shall be a material and irreparable violation of the lease and good cause for immediate termination of tenancy. And you said you don't have a copy of this?
Ms. Powell?
Yes,
of
sir.
This addendum, which portion of the addendum pertains to this case? Because we're talking about fighting. You read off a lot. So what is it that in this addendum that talks about, assault or fighting or something, or anything that they did as far as the addendum?
Okay. It says assault
I'm sorry,
offenses.
hold on.
Go ahead.
So, Ms. Goggins, you're muted, but I can hear you saying something.
Sorry. So it's section D.
It is
And
section D.
Yeah. So it is because of the assault on the minors. So that is the biggest concern as far as us, as far as property management. However, we also have to listen to all of the reports that got submitted to our corporate office about it, where they keep talking about Tinsley family, not necessarily her, but her and her threatening people. It's a whole slew of things. So that's where we proceeded with this kind of eviction.
Okay, so section D of the addendum, is that what you said?
Yes.
Read section D
Section
again for me.
addendum in 11.1.
Okay.
Read
So
section
it
D again.
says organized crime, threatening, intimidating, or committing assault as prohibited in Texas Penal Code, Chapter 22. Assaultive offense, including but not limited to the unlawful discharge of a weapon on or near the dwelling unit premises, or any breach of the lease agreement that otherwise jeopardizes the health, safety, and welfare of the landlord, his agent, or other tenant, or involving imminent or actual serious property damage. That's what it says.
Okay, so you're saying, so basically what you're telling me as far as section D, that the young man, her daughter, assaulted another person, and that's where you said injury, assault to a child. Is that what you're saying? So how old is this young man that you're saying assaulted? And then how old was the other individual? I can't hear you, Ms. Goggins.
Muted.
Okay. So Tinsley's son, from what I know, and again, I don't know exactly face to name. So the one that body slammed, the one that got slammed to the ground was 14 years old. The other party is over the age of 18, from my understanding.
Okay, but you don't know who this is, but you know that's one of her sons.
Yes. And that came from multiple residents telling me. It's just Miss Tinsley has, several different children. They're all relatively, between the ages of 16 to 20 something years old. So I don't want to just assume which one it is.
So was the authorities contacted with regards to this assault on a minor from this 18-plus-year-old young man?
Police were called and responded. However, nobody wanted to necessarily comply at the time. So neither party got, there's still an investigation. So there's no official charges have been pressed or anything like that. They still say that the investigation is still being conducted.
When did this alleged assault occur?
February 2nd.
So February 2nd, the alleged assault on a minor where an 18-year-old actually picked up and slammed a 14-year-old, and there hasn't been a case filed. Did
And
did they
to my knowledge, Waco PD says that it's still under investigation.
Okay. All right. Okay, so did Miss Tinsley actually engage in any conduct? Is just her daughter's friend
She was
and her
there,
son.
and in the videos, she was also in the videos that I have. It was like she was encouraging the fight. Now,
So
again, I was only able to pull snippets of the fight. Everybody else
so
that has the full videos is on Tinsley. Like Tinsley's children have the entire videos, but they wouldn't give them to me. So from the videos that I received, it also shows that Tinsley was like encouraging the fight with the girls. So like that's what started it, was with the fight with the girls, and then brothers got involved, and so then it blew up. Then parents got involved. Like it was not just one fight or one entity. However, it was Tinsley's guest that came and started.
okay, I'm gonna just try to clarify something here. I'm gonna see if I can share my screen. I have some screenshots, and I just want to see if we can identify people. Let's see here. So looking here, this is the one that and again, I'm not displaying the video.
Mhm.
So who is this individual? Is this Miss Tinsley?
Yes. The one in the black is Miss Tinsley. The one in the gray is Miss Posey, which was the other daughter. Like, she's the resident. Her daughter was the one that was sexually assaulted and where everything started. And then
Is-
the
So
one on the
so
very bottom, this view is kind of hard to tell.
these are the young men that are fighting here.
Can I
Right.
ask, can I say something, Judge?
Not yet. I'm going to give
Okay,
you the
okay,
opportunity to
okay,
finish it.
okay, thank you.
So that's one video. Let me see if I could pull up another one. I mean, one image.
Okay.
Can y'all see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So again, you're saying this is Miss Tinsley,
Yes.
all right? And these are the girls that are fighting.
Correct.
And in the video, there was some words that were said, which I'm not going to repeat them, but that's where you were saying she was encouraging the fight.
Yes. Correct.
And that's part of your case as well.
Correct.
The other tenant, is she still residing there at the apartment complex?
She did receive, lease violations and in the policy and the procedure that my regional instructed me to do. We did not process evictions for her. because her son was the one that was assaulted.
And so in your eyes, they were defending themselves instead of engaging in criminal
Correct. So
conduct.
the fight with the girls, as I understand it from Waco PD, is technically considered mutual combat because same age, they went in on the fight together. That was a mutual combat.
But the alleged assault, which no case has been filed against a minor,
Right.
that right there is still pending.
Correct. Yes, sir.
And you also stated that the parent, Miss Posey, as if I hope I remember her name, she wasn't cooperative with law enforcement.
At the
Far
time,
from
from my
saying.
understanding, nobody was. There was a couple of statements. I've tried to pull like body cam footage. I've also tried to get the actual police reports. Nothing has been released to us yet.
Okay. All right. Okay. And then notice to vacate, how was it given to the tenant?
It was posted by me and my courtesy officer. He went up there with me, and we also emailed it as well on the same day.
Okay. It was posted on the inside of the door or just where
On
was
the
it posted?
outside.
On the
We
outside?
did it on the outside because at the time I was not aware. I was not comfortable entering the unit.
Did the tenant confirm that they received it?
We've spoke about it multiple times, so I'm going to assume yes. It was also sent to her email.
Okay. And in your lease, you all have agreed to communicate electronically?
Yes.
What portion of that lease is that y'all agreed to communicate electronically?
Shanice, do you see it on the lease? I don't remember what section it is. I think it's towards the end. I want to say it's like 20, maybe 22 or 23. I think it's on like the last 6 page, I believe.
22 talks about indemnification. 23, 22 is that section eviction and remedies. Is that the section that indicates where you and the tenant agreed to communicate electronically, such as email?
I have Shanice looking at it. I don't have it right in front of me. I apologize.
21-2, resident email for notices.
Okay, you mind reading that?
You further agree that the email address you provided in the rental application process of any other email addresses that you have used to communicate with us may be used for receiving a notice to vacate or notice to pay rent or vacate in addition to all other notices under this license. You may update the email address in your application only by providing written notice to us of the new email address. Any notice sent to email address you designated in your rental application or to any other email address you have used to communicate with us will be considered delivered when sent.
What section is that again?
That is section 21-2.
There is no 21-2 in the lease that you provided to me.
In her lease agreement, let me see.
On that, the one that you provided to me, it talks about 21, which is notice. Then you have
And then,
21.1, but there is
sorry,
no 21.2.
yeah, I meant dot. I'm sorry, 21.2. I'm saying dash. I meant .2.
Well, what I'm saying is that in the lease that Ms. Goggins provided to me, there is no 21.2.
Okay. Would you like? Okay, let me go back to the other.
And this, the lease that was provided to me was signed on 6/16/25. Did she renew?
Oh
Is
yeah,
that
she renewed.
okay? So you have a renewal that you didn't provide to me, but that's something that, okay, so I'm gonna need a copy of the renewal emailed to me as well, because
Okay.
that right there plays a part. No, that's not what Ms. Goggins sent to me, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ms. Tinsley, I'm going to give you the opportunity to defend yourself. You had provided several documents. You were holding up several documents and things like that. So tell me why you feel like you should not be evicted for the complaint of criminal conduct.
Uh, First of all, you did have a point. No one else complied with the police but me and my kids. My son is actually the one who made the 911 call when the fight happened. Uh, I do understand Miss Erica was not here, but I did inform her of everything that was going on after, during, and now. Uh, this is the police report. I was already out the time when they sent it to me. We just got this out the mail late last night. And in this report, Mr. Hookin is the person I called on the 13th. I know you'll see, and I do apologize about how unordered all the paperwork I sent to you, because all my emails were coming back to me saying blocked from you. I went to the office, talked to Miss Erica, and she explained to me, she was like, really? I was like, the email you gave me, it wasn't working for all the stuff I sent. So in my thing on my end, it shows I probably sent it to you 4 or 5 times. So, but I think I feel like you got some of it, you know, and for us, that last part I faxed, that was me trying to just get everything to you in a timely manner. Uh, but I did go follow up with the police report. We wrote a police report, the incident. The girl Sage wrote a report to the police that same night on the 2nd. This happened March 22nd is when Mr. Hookin was called to the residence of Sage's house. The tenants here at this residence, Miss Posey and 2 other residents here, proceed. I can't hear you. Hold on,
Miss
hold on.
Miss Scoggins. Miss
Hello?
Scoggins. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I
I
can
can hear
hear
you
you.
now. I can hear
Okay.
you.
All right. So, Miss Scoggins, if you, how about I just remove you from the hearing because if you're not going to be present, I'm going to put her back in the waiting room because she's not here, so she gonna be in the waiting room. All right. Go ahead,
Uh,
proceeding with your case.
Miss Mr. This probably would have never happened. Miss Erica wasn't here. This apartments have been struggling under management here. So she was not here. This girl stayed over here. Sage, me doing my investigation of finding out what all this happened for. On that day, Your Honor, I didn't know nothing that was going on. All I know is my grandbaby was in that car and Miss Posey and her daughters was ready to come out and fight those kids. I heard Miss Erica say that the woman say my son threatened him. My son didn't do nothing. My son wasn't even out there when the fight broke out. You can see that on the video yourself. My son was upstairs, both the one that was just sitting right here beside me. He's 18, and my other son, I think it's that video is so disturbing. Yes, of course I was encouraging you. You fought me for that. But at this point, I don't even know this little girl. All I know is that these grown women were trying to attack this little girl that only weighed about 80 pounds. And I was like, I'm not standing for that. So if that's fought me for that, but I do, that was very, it was just stupid. All of it was stupid, but it was too quick for me to do anything. I was begging her to, I came to her, I begged Miss Posey. I was just after, I said, please don't do this. Do you really think? She said, no, she gotta get it. My daughter just went to the psych ward and tried to kill herself. And she was like, we went to that woman's house. I'm not knowing that all these grown women went to this house. My baby is in this car. This girl wasn't even supposed to be over here. My daughter wasn't even supposed to be over here. I asked my daughter, my dad is supposed to be 77 in like 5 days. I asked my daughter to bring the baby so he can see the baby. They was right there in the parking lot. Miss Erica was in the parking lot because another altercation broke out with a tenant here was trying to fight a little kid, and everybody was outside, so everybody was already outside. And I begged this lady, not to engage with these girls fighting. And I think Miss Erica knows that, and that's why she's trying to eliminate that situation. And what I had presented to you on facts, the reason for that is because it's because of those emails I sent you. And I felt like it would suffice that they both knew both sides because they got the emails. That's Misty, the head manager that's over Erica on this situation. But in this police report, the officer said that he went to management and she told him that I was going to be evicted. When I called the officer trying to find out, because after the police left from this fight, two girls approached me trying to jump me. That was on the same night. I went to the police station, made a report about it. I talked to Officer Hawthorne, and he told me that he's still doing the investigation or whatnot. That was at that time. But for them to release the papers, because I didn't even think I was going to get this in time for us to come to court. And it says, it's got a lot of stuff blurted out, but in the most part, it does say he didn't understand it when I talked to him. He wrote this before he had talked to me, and I talked to him a couple of days ago. He wanted to know what was the relation. I told him there was no relation to me and this little girl. Everybody out there thought that little girl was my daughter. I said that girl was just an innocent boss, like they wanted to fight this girl. That girl had been here already, and they came back. They came to my house to get her supplies. My daughter and my cousin, the girl cousin, and they were supposed to do the girl her. But that situation happened and we was out there, but she was sitting in the car, did not get out the car. Keep in mind, no one has ever borrowed this little girl from over here. But I don't know this little girl. All I know is she's in the car with my grandbaby. And I said, I think that's one of my daughter. And she immediately had her daughter ready to come. I sent you the video of the girl with the knives. That's her daughter. That's how she came at us with those knives after not once, not twice, but 3 times this girl managed to break away from her mama and go back in the house and get knives. So yes, you see me encouraging you because it was just it was ridiculous. Like it was just crazy. And I was like, I'm finding out this girl posted got molested a year ago. A year ago. She just now somehow something happened at a party where she feel, I guess social media is stupid, but it's how it is. I guess she felt some type of way because the boys were like, oh, she's a whore or whatever the case may be. And the girl then tried to tell her mom that this girl was the cause of her. And I was like, it didn't make sense to nobody. Even the people out there, it didn't make no sense to them. How did another girl get your daughter? But then the girl came outside and said she was not. Then and that's you're gonna hear me saying that in the video. And yes, I was cussing hard because I begged them. They ain't gonna show you the videos of me begging them not to do this, begging them not to do none of this. You think I was prepared? I was not prepared for none of that to happen. We had other things we had to do that day. I was not prepared to be wasting my time doing any of that. I did not give two craps about that. I don't even be outside. I swear I don't. And they